Hello, in this video we will talk about a novel by Francisco Chanel Jose, which is the Order of Melkizedek. So, we are going to tackle 4 topics: the summary of the story, the themes, the technical analysis of the story, and judgment regarding the novel.
Alright guys, I won't retell the whole story because will take ages if I do so. However, I'll do a bit of a recap about the novel just for reference. So, in Nick Joaquin's The Order of Melkizedek, Isidro Cid Esteva, the protagonist, returns to Manila after a decade in San Francisco, only to find himself entangled in a mysterious cult. So, upon arrival, he experiences a series of chaotic events, including a stampede and an encounter with a woman in green who gives him a cryptic card. So, after a run-in with 2 men who seeks the card, Sid escapes and reconnects with his family, including his sister Adela and Gia, who is involved in the cult led by Father Melchor. As the story unfolds, Sid learns about the cult's aim to revive traditional worship and its connections to a larger religious movement. He meets various characters including Dr. Sheriako Lagman, who shares insights about the cult's history and its link to biblical references. Tensions escalate as Sid discovers Gia's dangerous involvement in the cult. The narrative culminates in a confrontation with the cult's followers and a revelation about the true nature of Father Melchor. At the end, Sid grapples with the implication of his experiences and the complexities of faith, identity, and familial bonds. Now let's go for the novel's theme. I included the main theme and sub-themes. So for the main theme, we have the interplay of religion and national identity. The novel explores the complex relationship between spirituality, nationalism, and cultural identity in the Philippines. So it examines how religion can serve as a vehicle for nationalist sentiments, particularly in the post-colonial context. Then, under the sub-themes, we have the conflict between tradition and modernity. The narrative blends traditional beliefs and practices with modern religious movements, illustrating the tension between the two as characters navigate the identities and societal roles. Then we have the superstition and the mystery. Joaquin delves into themes of superstition and mystical aspect of faith, highlighting how these elements can influence individuals' lives and decisions, especially in the context of the cult. Then after that, we have cultural heritage and revival. This story emphasizes the importance of cultural heritage and the revival of indigenous practices as a means of reclaiming national identity. It critiques how contemporary society often overlooks historical roots and cultural narratives. Next is the manipulation and control. The dynamics within the cult demonstrate how charisma and manipulation can lead individuals to abandon rational thought in favor of blind faith, revealing the darker side of religion. Another one is the familial bonds and responsibility. So the protagonist's journey is driven by his familial ties, showcasing the themes of responsibility toward loved ones and the lengths to which individuals will go to protect their family. And finally, we have the historical context and reflection. So the narrative reflects on how the historical struggles on the Filipino people, particularly in relationship to colonialism and the quest for spiritual and political autonomy, suggesting that understanding the past is crucial for reclaiming identity. So through these themes and sub-themes, Joaquin crafts various exploration of identity, spirituality, and socio-political landscape of the Philippines, encouraging readers to reflect on the complexities of faith and nationalism. Our next topic is the technical analysis of this novel, The Order of Melkizedek. So first, let's recognize the characters. We have Isidro Cid Esteva, the main protagonist of this story. Then we have Adela, Sid's half-sister in the father's side, who inherited the tobacco business of their father. Then we have Gia, Sid's youngest half-sister, who inherited the real estate business of their father. Then we have Father Melchor, also known as Melkizedek, So he is the Order's leader. He leads a cult that exemplifies some of more outlandish doctrines. Then we have Sister Juana, Gia's friend, Santiago Ferrer, Ada's husband. Then we have Dr. Lagman, the one who gives information about Prophet Melchizedek. Then we have Fray Carlson, the one who imposed that Father Melchor was an impostor. Then we have Mr. Lau, a priest, the one who killed Gia. Then we have the old folks of Sid, Jing Tuasan and his wife, Etong Banaag, and also Mrs. Banaag, who gives lead about Father Melchor's anomaly. Okay, so if we have the characters, then we also have the characteristics. So the characters in the novel are complex and morally ambiguous. Sid is presented as an observer, often uncertain of his own place in the unfolding events, while Father Melchor is portrayed as a charismatic yet potentially dangerous reader. Other characters like Mrs. Borja and Adela offers contrasting perspective on faith and tradition, preventing simple categorization of characters as purely good or evil. We also have the point of view. So the story uses limited third person's point of view, focusing primarily on Sid's experiences and perspectives, limiting the reader's access to the thoughts and feelings of other characters, while the narrator provides some background information and context beyond Sid's immediate knowledge. So for the setting, the novel utilizes distinct settings within Manila, Philippines, like the contrasting upscale residences with the bustling and somewhat chaotic atmosphere of Quiapo and the historical weight of Intramuros, which actively contribute to the narrative's mood and thematic development that highlights the blending of modernity and tradition, wealth and poverty, and the hidden spaces where cult operates. Plot also gives a huge impact to the text that makes the readers visualize a web or jigsaw puzzle. It has many twists that you need to put up together to see the whole picture. Literary devices are also present, like irony that is nicely woven in the narrative, particularly in the cult's appropriation of Christian imagery. So the nonlinear structure itself functions as a device, creating a suspense and mirroring the fragmented nature of truth within the story. Foreshadowing is used to hint the future events without explicitly revealing them. We also have the novel's structure. So the narrative unfolds non-chronologically, shifting between the different time periods and perspectives. So this fragmented structure mirrors the protagonist's own fragmented understanding of the events and the cult's operations. So the non-linearity creates suspense and requires active reader participation in piecing together the narratives. So the novel language or word choice varies depending on the context, ranging from casual dialogue to more formal descriptions. So the choice of words contributes to the overall tone and atmosphere, shifting from mundane observation to heightened description of the religious rituals. So the use of Filipino terms and idioms adds to the authenticity of the setting. We also have the tone and the mood. So the tone shifts between intrigue, suspense, and moments of dark humor. So the mood is often ambiguous, reflecting the complexities of the themes. The novel creates an atmosphere of unease and uncertainty, mirroring the protagonist's own confusion and the cult's secretive nature. And lastly, the key symbols, including the sign of the Melchizedek, representing the cult's blend of beliefs. Then we also have the toothbrush that appears in the beginning and the end of the story, linking seemingly different events. It is a recurring motif linked to identity and faith. We also have the number 666 that is suggesting the cult's potentially destructive nature. So last but not the least, we have the judgment. Upon reading the text, it shows that toothbrush is a symbolism used to reveal that at the very beginning, Sid was holding onto his destiny as soon as he stepped foot at the airport. So just like what Father Melchor said in page 332, "No, Mr. Steva, you are not going away again. You have come home." In addition, the big family portrait in Adele's house shows that family will always unite together. That's explained why Adele's house is always the setting in the story. However, the text shows some ambiguity about Melchizedek's identity. That makes some confusion. Yet, this confusion was ironically answered upon going deeper through the text. So, at the end of the story, Father Melchior says that there is no coincidence. It revealed that the situation in the airport is clearly not a mistake. Furthermore, the Order of Melkizedek shows how people's choices shape their lives and affect others. The story explores how beliefs and cultural traditions influence decisions, particularly regarding religion. The main character Sid makes choices that help him avoid bad situations. However, his sister Gia makes poor choices driven by her desire for independence, leading to tragic consequences. Her decision caused conflict between her family and her newfound beliefs, ultimately resulting in her death. So the story highlights how our choices, but good or bad, are a result of our thinking and have lasting effects. The title's emphasis on the order reflects the importance of making thoughtful decisions in life.